Hey everybody, this is Mike Bono from the North Andover Athletic Association, and you are listening to the Nightly News Podcast, the show that brings you inside the lines of North Andover High School athletics. All right, everybody, great to be back on the Nightly News Podcast. Mike Bono here, along with my co-host Al Laperti. How you doing, Al?
Good. How are you, Mike?
Al, I'm good. Have you ever interviewed a Hollywood celebrity before?
I have not.
Well, all that's going to change today. Because we have a very special guest in the house, North Andover's own Jimmy Keith, also known as James Day Keith in Hollywood. Jimmy, welcome.
Welcome. It's good to be here.
Yeah, great to have you. And we also have Jimmy's mom, Kathy. Kathy, welcome to the Nightly News Podcast.
Thank you, Mike and Al.
So Jimmy is in the new Woody Harrelson movie called Champions, due to be released on Friday, March 10th. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So Jimmy, you're like a Hollywood celebrity. We have a Hollywood celebrity in our town in North Andover. How do you feel about that?
I feel it's about time to come up.
It's about time.
Because I've always joked saying that my face belonged on the big screen, and now it is on the big screen.
It's definitely, I mean, I'm sitting there in my recliner watching TV, and all of a sudden this commercial comes on, and I got to see Jimmy's mug in the commercial promoting this movie.
Hey, I have a beautiful mug.
You do have a beautiful mug. I didn't say you didn't, but I see it all over, like it's everywhere now. But Kathy, just taking a step back, can you just kind of level set? Like you guys, North Andover family, just take us inside your family a little bit, introduce us to yourselves.
Well, we've been in North Andover and the Andovers for 30 years. Doug and I have 3 kids, an older daughter, Sarah, and James and his twin sister, who all went to the North Andover Public Schools. And we've just been very involved in the town sports and town schools for as long as I can remember.
Yeah, and we probably shouldn't mention that you're from North Andover because, I mean, I think people are going to be listening to this all over the world, and now we're going to have the paparazzi infiltrating North Andover, like, surrounding your house.
Oh, I'm totally okay with that. I love pictures of myself.
Yeah, you're all right with that. Well, be careful what you wish for because they can be nasty.
No, I know.
No offense to any of the paparazzi listening to the podcast.
Well, I am trying to push them. So.
What are you, Sean Penn?
So, Jimmy, in all seriousness, like we'll get into some of the other stuff that you guys are involved with, but just on the movie, like how did this happen?
So, Special Olympics, I'm going to give a huge shout out to Special Olympics because Special Olympics emailed my dad, and my dad forwarded to my mom saying, would Jimmy be interested in this? And I said, why not? So I did the audition videos with my mom. My mom filmed it, and I practiced the script a little bit. Then my mom sent out the audition videos, and I was just doing it for laughs. I didn't honestly think I'd get picked.
Really?
And then when I came home for powerlifting, my mom said, Jimmy, I have good news and bad news. The bad news is we're moving to Canada. The good news is you got the part. And I tried to muster up all the energy I had from coming home from powerlifting, and I said, oh my God, that's crazy.
So there was a lot of excitement in the Keith household.
Yeah.
And I remember talking to your dad, Doug, last fall, it was either last fall or whenever, and he mentioned you had a conversation with Bobby Farley, who's the director of the movie, right?
Yeah.
How did that go? Like just leading up to filming?
It went really great because we had a Zoom meeting with Bobby before going to Canada in Winnipeg, saying that like it's not like a play that you don't need to memorize your lines. It's like he might want you to say it this way or another way, and that took a lot of weight off my chest.
Yeah.
And then he also said, just be yourself. And that also took another weight off my chest because I never done this before. It's my first time.
Sure.
And I just really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So was Winnipeg where they shot the movie?
Yeah.
And Kathy, like you and Doug and the rest of the family, when you found out Jimmy got the part, like what was your reaction?
Well, it was totally crazy because the email that Jimmy was talking about that we got from Special Olympics was, would Jimmy be interested in participating in a project? And so we had no idea what it was. And they sent us the script, and it still really had no idea what it was, just like a short little scene from the movie. And I filmed it with my iPhone and in my kitchen, and like the dog barking. And
Didn't they say it was like going to be like in Boston somewhere?
yeah, Special Olympics thought it. They also thought they were very secretive. The movie is they only tell you like so much. You never know like what's going to happen. So we sent the tape in, and then a couple of days later, I get a call. They're like, "Do you think you can do it like not in your kitchen with like a with a background, like a blank background, and your dog not barking?" And I was like, "Oh boy, these people are picky."
Yeah.
So apparently, thousands of people auditioned for this part, for these parts. There's
And
there's 10.
I had no idea that many people.
Yeah, you just thought this was his project, like a
Yeah, we had no idea.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Doug, who's a marathon runner, as you know, like yourself, we were up in upstate New York at a marathon. And
About to watch Tom Brady play for the first time as a Buccaneer against the Patriots.
so the phone rings, and
Like 15 minutes before kickoff.
I was like, who would ever call me? Everyone I know is watching this game right now.
She thought it was the bus company that picks me up for my job and the.
And you were missing because you were up in.
Because I didn't recognize the number, so I'm like, I better get it.
Yeah.
And it turns out it was the casting director. And he said, I have good news and bad news. And I was like, okay. And he goes, this is, Rick Montgomery from the movie. And I'm like, the movie? He's like, the movie your son auditioned for. I'm like, what movie? And he's like, the Champions movie. I'm like, oh, that, okay. And then he's
The
like,
project.
he goes, I have good news and bad news. And he said, no. He said, I just have two questions. Is he vaccinated? And I was like, yes. And he goes, and does he have a passport? And I go, wait a second, who is this again? And he's like, it's Rick Montgomery. Well, it turns out he was a Academy Award-winning casting director.
Oh, wow.
And he did an amazing job casting
Yeah,
for
he
this
did
movie.
an amazing good job.
And I had no idea that Woody Harrelson was in the movie. I had no idea that Bobby Farley was directing it.
No idea Caitlin Olsen was in the movie.
Caitlin Olsen
And-
from Always Sunny?
Yeah,
Oh,
she was
that's
amazing.
Cheech. I mean, while we're at it,
Cheech.
Cheech Marin is in it.
Ernie Hudson.
Tony Hudson from Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
So within 2 weeks, we were moved to Canada for like 2.5 months.
Wow.
And I remember Doug saying, like, you guys took turns, right? I think you and Doug were like traveling somewhere. One of your daughters went up to stay with
Yep.
Jimmy. Like, I'm sure there was a lot of moving parts there to coordinate.
So when my mom got the call, we waited a few days until we got the okay to go to Canada. And I actually didn't want to go at first because I just enrolled at like an internship program to get like a paid job. And then my mom and Sarah said that there's a
Once in a lifetime?
once in a lifetime
Yep.
opportunity.
Yep.
And so I decided to do it.
Of course.
And then I was able to come back and then re-enroll into the internship program and volunteer.
Where's the internship program?
It's located at Northern Essex Community College at Haverhill, and I was about to intern at the YMCA with like little kids, like infants, toddlers, and preschoolers.
Mm-hmm.
And then
What's the name of the program?
the program is called Product Search. So I just graduated from there in 2022.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I didn't know that. So on the movie, just tell us a little bit about the movie. Like, what's it about? What's the for people who are going to get out there and watch it?
So the movie is about a Special Olympic basketball team with an imperfect coach. It's like a coach that can't win and a team that can't lose.
This is Woody Harrelson.
Yeah, the,
Yes,
the coach is Woody
yeah,
Harrelson, and the Friends. That's what the team is called. The team is called the Friends.
Yeah. Okay.
And emphasizing the word friends, we actually are friends outside the movie as well.
Yeah. And I saw one of the on the commercial, like you're swatting the ball away from somebody. Like, I mean, just like I used to see you do in the youth center gym, like swatting the ball away from everybody because you're such a tall, big kid. That's pretty cool. So you're up in Canada. You're filming. What was that experience like for you guys? Just kind of living there, like moving your life for 2 months. I mean, take us inside Hollywood. Tell us what it's really like.
Well, it was overwhelming at first because, like I said before, I'd never done this before. It was also very cold because there was a lot of snow, and you had to get like COVID tested like two times a week.
Yeah.
Because COVID protocols, they were pretty strict.
Yep.
So basically, we filmed, filmed, and some of the days were longer. It's like we didn't like finish until like 1 or 2 in the morning on some days.
So you must have been exhausted.
Yeah.
How long from when you got there till when you came home? How long were you
We
there?
were in Canada for 2.5 months.
2.5 months. Wow.
And you played Benny,
Yeah.
who was part of that Friends team.
Yeah.
Just tell us a little bit about Benny. What was Benny like?
Benny, it's kind of like Jimmy
Yeah.
because when I mentioned about the Zoom call with the director, he said like, just be yourself, and I was just being myself.
Yeah.
So
I mean, and I mean, you are a basketball player. You've been playing basketball how long? I mean,
since I was 8.
since you were 8 years old. Really good basketball player. Although I'm pretty sure I won the last 3-point contest.
Let's go back in the archive for that one.
That's great. And so did you enjoy it? Did you enjoy the acting? I mean, this is completely new for you. You've never done anything like this, right? Like, did you like it? Did you like? Could you see yourself being an actor in Hollywood and doing that all the time?
Yeah, because right when I got there, I instantly joked with Woody. I said that his shoe was untied, like right when I met him, and he fell for it, and then I got his wardrobe people. It's like everyone there, its personalities like intertwined with the people. It's like I became friends with basically everyone, like the people behind the camera, the cast members. Everyone was just so nice and so funny.
That's great. And Kathy, like, what was it like for you guys being up there, just supporting Jimmy? Like,
Yeah, it was crazy, the way that they literally, there was no questions asked, like, you need to be in Canada, like, next Tuesday.
Wow.
But it was very, very cool, because Jimmy was saying there's 10 people on the team. And so there are 10 families that we got to know. And Jimmy was the only one from New England. There's
Some people are. One person is from Tampa Bay, Florida. A couple people were from Canada to make it like a Canada movie. You have to have some Canadians in the movie.
okay.
Some was actually from Winnipeg. One was from Toronto. One was from LA. Isn't
2 from North Carolina.
2 from North Carolina, and 1 from Vermont.
Oh, yeah.
So it's
Casey.
safe to say you made some friends, like maybe some lifelong friends.
Yeah.
During this whole process.
Yeah, basically the whole entire like Friends team, like we're all now lifelong friends.
Yeah, that's great.
What's something that people that have never been in a movie kind of wouldn't believe, like when you got there and you were doing it and you're like, oh my God, I can't believe we have to do this or we can't do this, anything like that?
Not really. It's like I had a lot of fun doing it, and maybe the thing that was weird is that you had to get like your hair done and makeup.
I was going to ask you, like, you had to put makeup on every day?
To go play basketball and get all sweaty?
Yeah.
And he had his own trailer.
You had your own
Like a
trailer?
little trailer with Benny on the door and all
Nice.
that.
How was the food? What did they do for food? Did they?
There was for me, I enjoy anything that I put in my mouth. So
Yeah, that might be something that people don't really know about. They call them crafts, and they feed you, more food than you can. I think because it's like union,
Right.
they have to feed you every like 2.5 hours.
Oh, wow.
And they are just coming in.
they do.
Yeah, they come
I
in
had
with
no
all those
idea.
sandwiches in that little craft room with
No,
all
I know what it's called, the craft. I just had no idea that they had to feed us.
Yeah, and no matter what you were doing at like 5 o'clock, you had to break and go have dinner, even if like nobody was like, we can't eat it. So that's
Well,
why
I
they-
can eat.
It's like being on a cruise.
Yeah, exactly. Too much food, but it's all like this great food, and so you don't, it's all free, and you're like, oh, I'll have, a crab roll, I'll have this, I'll have that.
And sometimes when we weren't filming, we did have like a day to do like what we want almost, and there wasn't a lot to do in Winnipeg, but we made do of what we could do. It's
Yeah.
like we went to like some stores. Didn't mean you go to the mall or something.
Yep, there's a mall up there. But what did we do in the fun thing we did all day in like Selkirk?
Oh, I tried curling for the first time.
Curling. Wow.
So fun.
Still have no idea what. I mean, I watch it during the Olympics, like every 4 years,
Yeah.
but I have no idea what's going on.
I can't even follow it when they're telling me what's going on. Like,
It's like that in cricket. No idea.
Well, I actually played cricket before.
You did. Well,
Well, at North Andover High.
Jimmy, how many days would you say you had off in that 2.5 months?
We just had one day. I
A
think?
week, one day a week.
One day a week.
And the days were really long. Like they'd pick you up at a bus at like 8 in the morning.
And then, well, before getting well, they pick you up, and then we went to like hair and makeup, and then we also went to like the costume people because we had to put on costumes.
yeah. That sounds like a phenomenal experience.
It was really phenomenal and a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm sure. Obviously, you remember that for the rest of your life. So, fast forward to February 27th, and there's the premiere red carpet I saw online. Now, mind you, everybody listening, I'm used to seeing Jimmy like on a soccer field or on a basketball court, usually sleeveless, like he is right here in this podcast room, showing off his pipes. And I see Jimmy, he's got this like bow tie and like a 3-piece tux or whatever. Like
It was a
like,
2-piece tux.
two-piece, whatever it was. Like you clean up well, buddy. You clean up
Thank
well.
you.
No,
Thank
you look great. But so talk to me about the premiere, like what that was like, that whole experience. You went down a few days early, and I think you said I heard you say you caught a Knicks game.
Yeah, I went. So the premiere was in New York City, and I never been to New York City before, so just being there was a little bit overwhelming. And like, basically everywhere it's like packed, like cars beeping, people yelling at each other, and then I went to the Knicks game on Saturday.
That wasn't the game they beat the Celtics.
No,
All right.
they played on Monday.
Okay.
Come on, you
Well,
gotta-
they
you
played
gotta
the week
know this.
before too.
You gotta know this stuff.
I'm kind of like they lost 3 games in a row, and I'm like
They
starting to lose interest.
They actually won, so they broke the 3
Yeah,
games.
they won last
Okay.
night. Yep.
But
Who'd you see at the game, Jimmy?
I sat right behind Garrett Wilson, the Jet rookie. Well, not rookie anymore, but Garrett Wilson, the wide receiver for the New York Jets.
I think they're pretty close to getting Aaron Rodgers. I don't know. It could happen today. Could happen
It
tomorrow.
could happen today, could happen tomorrow, but I would also like Aaron to stay in Green Bay.
Yeah.
To be honest, because he's done really well for that organization, and I feel like the organization and him are kind of getting in like
Yeah.
a safe place. So if he does go to the Jets, I'll be happy for him. If he doesn't, I'll be happy for him
Yeah.
wherever he goes or stays or retires.
Yeah. So you went to the Knicks game, and then was it like Saturday night? You red carpet. You
No.
know, or take me through the whole thing. Like I'm like I don't know. I'm a closet like
So we watched
paparazzi, I guess.
we watched the Knicks game, and I actually gave Garrett Wilson some draft advice. So it was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Ended up on the Jumbotron.
Ended up on the Jumbotron
Nice.
a couple times.
Like Jumbotron, like Jimmy Keith, like
No, just his picture.
just your
Just
picture.
my picture.
Okay.
And then on Sunday, the French group and the families
Yep.
went to like a tour of like Summit on Sunday. Isn't that right?
No, that was. But what did we do first? They had the screening of the movie.
Oh, we
so-
had-
Yeah. Okay.
We watched the movie for
That's
the,
what you got all dressed up for.
No, that's the premiere.
that was the premiere.
So this is okay. See, I have no idea what
I
like.
like 5 different outfits for each day that I was there.
So a private screening just for the cast
There's
and the crew.
there was about 100 people there, but none of us had seen the movie yet.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Filming the movie, as you know, they film it in different orders, and it's so we knew. I mean, we'd had the script, we knew what was happening, but we never saw the movie with the music and
Yeah.
the
The
editing.
soundtrack
is huge.
is amazing.
The
in this
soundtrack's
movie.
amazing.
I get knocked out. No,
I get up again. You're never gonna get me there.
So the screening was Sunday morning or Monday morning.
No, I think it was Sunday.
Okay, Sunday morning, and it's like one of my favorite memories of the whole thing was Jimmy sat up front with all of his friends from the movie, and me and my family was in the back with all the parents. And so we exited the movie theater first, and we're like waiting for Jimmy to come out. And everyone, he comes out, and I was like, Jimmy.
I kind of got a little emotional.
And he just
I kind of cried a
burst
little
into
bit.
tears.
And I'm a guy who doesn't really cry that much as I was a kid. But
Yeah.
It was just that overwhelming to see the movie, see it in completion, and then see how amazing it was.
Well, I was going to ask, just seeing it for the first time, what were the emotions? What was the...
It was overwhelming.
it was overwhelming. And the picture, the resolution of the whole film is incredible.
Yeah, yeah. And to be able to see it with everybody that you worked with for 2 months and you saw every day, I'm sure was also part of a treat.
It was like a dream come true for all of us because it wasn't just my first time acting. Basically, the French group, some of them it was their first time as well, so we were all learning together.
Yeah.
So.
And so you went to the screening. And then what happens after that? What's the next big thing that happened that weekend?
We had some time off, so we did some sightseeing together with the whole group of people, and we went to this thing called the Summit, which is just a really cool...
A really tall building made of, mirrors.
They're all tall buildings in New York.
No, I know. It's just I'm trying to get over my fear of heights.
Yeah, oh.
So
I'll never get over my fear of heights.
So being there was...
Yeah.
A little bit overwhelming, but, everyone that I made friends with, they're saying, oh... It's okay, you got this. And then my mom said, you finally found something that Jimmy does not like.
So you probably don't take the aisle seat when you're flying.
No, I do.
You do? Okay. All right. And then, so...
I like flying. I fall asleep on flights.
So when did the...
So then the premiere...
happen?
The premiere happened on Monday.
Monday. So
Oh, okay.
Monday we did some...
And that was all day.
Yeah, all day.
We did a little bit media training on Sunday.
Yeah, we did a photo shoot.
Yeah.
And then we had to go to media training, and that was 4 hours.
Wow.
I didn't realize how long that was.
Yeah, so that was they have you see the movie first, and then they prepare you for the red carpet. And so they had mock
Mock interviews.
And they just really let the guys know that
that the ball is out in our court. It's if we don't like the question, we can say that we don't like the question. Can you please go on to the next one? And we work it around let's not talk about that. Let's say it this way or something like that.
Or if you didn't understand the question,
you can ask them to repeat it.
Yeah.
So, and just, to get them to figure out, what was your favorite part of the movie, just so they'd have, answers ready.
Some ideas in their head.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. That's interesting. And did they give you podcast training? Because it's you're knocking it out of the park here.
No, I'm just treating this as a conversation.
No, it is. That's fast, because you don't. I mean, I don't know. I don't. You just see the premiere and you think, okay, they show up, they walk on the red carpet, but there's all this other stuff that happens.
Yeah, and then there was what did they call? Did they call it primping or? What was it? We had to...
Mom, that was a week ago. I have no idea.
You had to go down and get your hair and makeup done again and all that.
But the cool thing was that it actually wasn't a red carpet. It wasn't a carpet. It was a rectangle court.
It was a parquet.
Oh, okay.
They set up a parquet.
Oh, okay.
Because it was a basketball movie, so...
Yep. And so just, Woody Harrelson, Caitlin Olsen, any, the other actors, what... Any thoughts on what those interactions were like? What do you think of them? They're listening, they're going to listen to this, so you got to be nice.
I love them all.
Yeah.
It's I love Woody, I love Caitlin, I love everyone on the Friends, and I've actually been chatting with Caitlin Olsen on Instagram here and there, and
nice.
I've been...
I think she's married.
Watch it there, mister.
I did see that. She is married. Be careful. Just saying.
We're all just I had a lot of fun with them.
Yeah.
They're really nice. They're really funny. And I instantly connected with them.
Yeah.
It's on the very last day of shooting, I cried because I had so much fun with them that Woody came over and helped me out. And then everybody else came over and they gave me a hug or something.
I it's such a great experience, but the fact that it made such a profound impact on you.
Well, it's also the movie.
Yeah.
The movie itself is phenomenal. It's, I mean, if you've read any of the reviews, you could probably predict what's going to happen in the movie because it's a classic,
okay.
redemption story. But it's with Special Olympic athletes, people with different abilities that are allowed to be exactly who they are, and they're awesome. I loved every single one of them. Like, I love them as much as Jimmy loves them.
No, you don't. I love them more.
Probably, but
because I actually gave someone a piggyback in the movie, and that was not scripted. So
Oh, there you go. Cool.
they're just, and they highlight, the movie highlights different abilities and different issues that people with different abilities have. But in a way that they overcome them because they're resilient and capable, and they're the people that you don't worry about. It's like the Woody characters or the other ones that are having issues that they can't resolve, and the friends are all fine.
Got it together.
the movie may be about basketball, but at the end of the day, it's about life.
It's using basketball as a platform.
Yeah,
Right.
But it's also about life. It's like the title champions is like you could be a champion like in your personal life,
Yeah.
not just on the basketball court.
Right. Yeah. And I know, I saw a great quote from you, actually, that you gave to Vanity Fair. Like, Vanity Fair, Jimmy. Like, you're quoted in Vanity Fair. What the heck?
Yahoo, MSN, but
Who's counting?
But who's counting?
yeah, who's got it?
But in all seriousness, the quote was, you said, doing the movie, like, it shows you can do whatever you want to do. I've been proving people wrong, basically, your entire life. Which, I mean, yet another example here. Can you just talk about that quote, like where that came from, like what you meant by that?
That actually just came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It's like my twin sister thought my mom told me to say that.
Yeah.
But
When I saw it in the article, it was the first time I heard it. Because when he was doing the red carpet, I wasn't with him, and he was just posed the question, how do you think the movie,
I think they asked me, "Are you okay with answering this question?" And I'm okay with answering any kind of question. So I'm not afraid of any kind of question.
So what do you mean by you've been proving people wrong your whole life?
What I mean by it is like not a lot of people can say that you could be in a movie that it's like you can set a dream and complete it.
Yeah.
It's like I use my disability as motivation to prove people wrong. Like I can lift so much weight at powerlifting that nobody else way back when can do now. So like
Nobody believed that you could be such
Yeah.
a good He's state champion.
Wow.
In the Special Olympics.
I don't doubt it by looking at you.
I mean, he's got the guns out. But not only powerlifting, right? Like, I go to basketball, and Jimmy would show up, and he'd go right from Ski Bradford to basketball. I mean, you play soccer, like you're doing all these, and you excel at all of them, which is incredible. So it kind of goes to what you were saying.
And I also just enjoy and like what I do.
Yeah.
So I don't use my disability as like a block. I use it as like something that I have to like knock down. It's like I'm adding a ladder or door, something to break down that wall.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
What's your favorite sport?
my favorite sport to play is basketball.
What about to watch? Same?
To watch football, basketball, I'm starting to watch a little bit more of like baseball and stuff, hockey, and a lot of other sports.
Hockey? Yeah. I mean, it's a good year to be a Bruins fan.
I know, Bruins are doing
And
so well.
tonight, we're filming this taping this on Thursday. They're
Thursday the
Edmonton.
9th.
Yeah,
Edmonton,
They're
yeah.
playing Edmonton. Connor McDavid, like phenomenal, lights out. I just want to circle back, Kathy. Just your involvement with Massachusetts State Special Olympics. Just talk a little bit about Andover Stars. Who anybody can participate, or after a certain age. But just can you talk about your involvement with that program?
Well, I've been involved in most Special Olympics programs in North Andover. We started the basketball program, I don't know, 15 years ago. And I'll never forget, we started it on a Thursday night, and there was a snowstorm. And, yep, and I thought, oh, gosh, no one's going to come. It's going to be horrible. And, like, there was a traffic jam at the youth center. And we had, you were there. At some point, we had like 100 people in the youth center. We had to break it up into 2 different hours and separate the gym. And so then I took over the soccer program, which Mike now is an awesome coach of my soccer program.
Amazing coach.
So we've been doing that for, I don't know, 10 or 15 years too.
I think we started everything when I was 8, I think.
I ran all of the track school field day games, which was so much fun.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun doing that.
And just to kind of, sorry, Jimmy, you graduated from North Andover High 2019?
16.
Okay, so you graduated 2016, and I think they still have those Special Olympics field days, correct?
Yep. COVID kind of messed things up for a couple of years, but I think they started them back up again.
Right.
I did pass the reins on with that because you kind of really need to be involved in the school and know the current students.
And
a
lot of people from the school would go up and watch or just volunteer.
Yep.
And when I graduated in 2016, I went to the 2017 graduation, 2018, 2019 because I wanted to be there on my friend's graduation day. So.
But we've been involved with Special Olympics since he was born. Like literally weeks after he was born, we were like, okay, who do we know? Who do we get in touch with at Special Olympics? And my husband was been on the board for Special Olympics.
And now he coaches my basketball.
He does a lot of coaching, and he's a big fundraiser for Special Olympics. And
he's a big marathoner for Special Olympics.
He runs all over the world for Special Olympics, right?
Yep.
How many marathons do you think your dad's done? Does he keep track?
So far, he's done 7.
I think
he's
7,
done a couple Boston.
Well, he started. I mean, if he wants to reveal his age, but he started when he was 50. So
I was going to say, Coach Doug is not a spring chicken anymore, but he's still it's amazing. He's traveling all over the world.
What about you too, Mike?
I'm not as old as him, but I am not that far behind, I don't think.
But Special Olympics has been we have a great friendship with Special Olympics.
And we also made my whole family made the Hall of Fame for the Special Olympics way back in 2017.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
And another thing I wanted to mention, and thank you for doing all of that. I mean, there are so many opportunities in this area for kids with intellectual disability, and so and kudos to you for creating and running all of these programs.
I love it.
I think it should be, instead of disability, I think it should be unique ability.
Unique. Yeah,
because we're all unique in our own way.
Yeah, we certainly are. But I mean, basketball, soccer, baseball,
wrestling.
We got unified wrestling now, and I did want to talk about. You're also on the New England Revolution Unified team, and you've been on that team for a while now, right, Jimmy?
Yeah, 7. I unfortunately cannot play for that team anymore because they have an age limit now.
So you aged out of it.
Yeah, but I had a lot of fun doing that, and for me, it's not that hard to make friends.
Yeah.
And every year I've been on that team, I made friends, and I am still friends with them.
Yeah.
now.
I remember we were talking a little bit earlier about the time when, because you're on the Andover Stars soccer team, and then during COVID, they only could play certain teams, and so Andover Stars played the Revs Unified team, and you decided to play for the Revs Unified team. Your dad was coaching with me on the Andover Stars team. You can talk some smack, can't you?
Well, that was my dad that was talking smack, not me. I was I'm saving all that smack talk on game day.
Were you able to talk? Was Benny able to talk some smack during the movie?
No.
No?
Benny was more of goofy. Well, he was serious and goofy.
Okay.
But emphasis on serious.
Then it wasn't the real Jimmy Keith. Benny was not. No, I'm just.
Benny was the real Jimmy Keith. What are you talking about?
I'm just busting your chops. But I mean, the thing is, when you smack talk, you can back it up. So
yeah, I can back it up.
You can.
I can play on the court and I can play on the grass.
Most definitely. Anything else that you want to share just about the movie, your experience? I don't know, about Hollywood, being a Hollywood celebrity, a superstar.
Well, tell them about tomorrow night.
What's tomorrow night? Oh, yeah?
Tomorrow night is the official day that the movie Champions comes out to theaters.
Nice.
Yeah.
What are you doing? What's happening tomorrow?
Over 100 people are coming to watch.
Did you rent the movie theater out?
Family-
Nice.
family and
Methuen-
friends?
in in Methuen?
Yep.
Nice.
We have 140 people coming.
Wow.
Nice. That is awesome.
So it's going to be weird at
Is it going to be a
first.
red carpet?
I mean, it should be. But
I
probably
think
not.
if it's at the Loop, I think they have a little red carpet out in front, maybe.
They probably do.
They probably do, yeah.
I know that I'm speaking before the movie.
Yeah.
But
Well, I want to thank the both of you for coming in. Jimmy, as much trash talk as we give to each other, you're an inspiration to me. I've never interviewed a Hollywood celebrity before, and so this is I don't know. Maybe we've made it, Al. Maybe we've made it.
So here's the thing, right? Everybody knows social media is the key to this stuff, right?
Yeah.
He's got an in with Woody Harrelson. He's got an in with Caitlin Olsen, right? So when we put this out there, you got to tag them, tweet it to them, whatever you can. So we can get it. You're going to help the NAAA out.
Yeah.
And also about what you said about the Revolution and then Andover Stars game, there's actually a YouTube video called Battle of the Keats about the game, and then it shows that my mom picks the Revolution over my dad's team.
Did I pick the Revolution?
You were wearing a Special Olympics coat and a web shirt underneath. and then you said, the team that I'll be representing is, and you completely unzipped the Special Olympics coat. Said, I will be cheering for the Revolution.
So you were rooting against me and Doug? What the heck?
It was a tough call.
Oh my goodness.
It was not a tough call.
The game was probably fixed.
No, it was not. My team practiced way more than the Andover Stars
A
team.
mother's love is unconditional.
Right, exactly.
Absolutely. Mother, father, sister, brother, anything.
Yeah. Well, thank you again, Jimmy, Kathy. Congratulations. This is like a huge accomplishment. I hope you get to do something like this again, because the impact that it made on you is obviously awesome. And best of luck. Good luck tomorrow night at your showing. And
Thank you so
I'm
much.
sure I'll see you on a soccer field or somewhere very soon.
You probably will.
I probably will. Talking smack, right?
No, I'm going to start cheering now.
Well, thanks for having us. This was super fun.
Yeah,
and
thanks for having us. I
hope
had a
everyone
blast.
checks out the movie.
Yeah. In movie theaters, Friday, March 10th. Go see it. Champions.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you got it. Thank you,
You might
everybody.
be looking for James Keith in the movie. Watch out.
We can't miss you, Benny. All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.